Over 40 years ago, Honda made a promise to invest in American manufacturing. We opened factories, created thousands of jobs, and through it all, never closed a single U.S. auto plant. It's not just about cars. It's about creating stable jobs, advancing innovation, and strengthening the communities we call home. Today, that promise is stronger than ever as we build for the next generation and stand with those who believe in the power of dreams.
Welcome to the 2026 Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament. Let's meet the teams that are playing in our first round. First up, let's see the varsity scholars from Hampton University, Camden Ennis, Dante Wyatt, and Jaron Hayes. And now, let's meet the varsity scholars from Spelman College. They are Kaya Hall, Bria Witherspoon, and Maya LaFleur. And now, let's meet the man with the questions, Brandon Alonzo Alexander.
Hello, and welcome to this first of two semifinal matchups of the 2026 Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament. One of these teams will go on to play for $100,000 in institutional grants for their school and potentially have the chance to add to their school's legacy, maybe become a multi-time champion, right? Or join the illustrious list of schools that have won back-to-back championships. Now, we've put players in the face-off position here for round one. Let's get to know them, starting with Dante. Dante, I hear you presented at a conference this year.
Yes, sir. I've actually presented 2 years in a row. This is my second year.
Oh, that's right. You told me about this conference last year because you came straight from the conference, and then you came here and you kicked a bunch of butts, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you present on this year?
So the same thing is just that we kind of extended the project. So instead of just finding bacteria that do a certain thing, we're trying to analyze them using their genomic data or genetic data.
Ah, okay. That sounds very interesting. Now, what are the practical applications?
The main practical application is understanding how they degrade this fucoidin, which is a carbon polysaccharide that's found in algae, and that's very important as part of the global carbon cycle.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So it sounds like it may even have implications for climate change, right? Climate mitigation? That's some very cool stuff, man. Good luck. All right. In the first round for Spelman, we have Kaya. No, we have Bria. Sorry, Bria. I should know that by now. Now, Bria, I understand that your life goal is to become an immigration attorney. Is that right?
That is correct. I want to be an immigration attorney and then eventually one day open up my own firm because I strongly believe in helping serve those underserved communities and marginalized communities, and I believe that no family should be separated.
Oh my gosh, that is a beautiful message. And you know, you'll be joining the ranks of HCAS Hall of Famer LaDon Leinster if you go into that career, right? Have you already talked to her?
I have connected with her throughout this weekend.
Okay, very, very good. That is excellent, teams. Now, you all know how the game is played. We're gonna play 3 face-off rounds. Each of you will get a chance to answer questions. And if you get the questions right, you'll move into a bonus and we'll go on. Now, we flipped this coin before the game began. Bria, you won the toss, so you'll select first from one of these 4 categories. History buffs, across the Tyler Perry verse, monumental honors, insulting etymology category.
Across the Tyler Perry verse?
Tyler Perry's acting roles include playing Admiral Barnett as head of Starfleet Academy in the 2009 reboot of what classic 1960s sci-fi TV show? Bria.
MASH?
No, can you take it, Dante?
Star Trek.
Yes, bonus team. In 2012, Perry replaced Morgan Freeman as which title Washington, D.C. detective created by James Patterson?
Alex Cross.
Yes. In 2018's semi-biographical Vice, Perry played which first black Secretary of State who warned Bush about Iraq? You break it, you own it.
Colin Powell.
10. Category.
Monumental honors.
Part of the Virginia farm where he was born into slavery in 1856 is now a national monument honoring which orator of the Atlanta Compromise? Dante.
Booker T. Washington.
Yes, here's the bonus team. For 20, then 10 points, so listen to the first clue. What city's African burial ground includes the graves of some 15,000 free and enslaved black people?
Richmond.
Second clue. This city's other national monuments include the Stonewall in Greenwich Village.
New York City.
That's right, for 10 up to 50 category.
Monumental honors, please.
Monumental honors. Charles Young's name comes first in the Wilberforce, Ohio National Monument, honoring which 19th century U.S. Army black soldiers? Bria.
39th Infantry.
No, can you take it, Dante?
54th Massachusetts.
The Buffalo Soldiers. All right, you still got control, Dante.
Monumental honors, please.
Monumental honors. In 2016, President Obama made a pair of buttes called Bears Ears a national monument in what state whose national parks include Arches and Zion? Bria.
Arizona.
No, can you take it, Dante?
Utah.
That's right, here's the bonus. Built as a Pueblo village some 800 years ago, the misnamed Aztec ruins is about 30 miles south of Durango, Colorado in what state?
New Mexico.
Yes, for 10. Most of Admiralty Island in the Alexander Archipelago is a national monument, overseen by the Tongass National Forest in what state?
Alaska.
Yes, 10 more points, up to 80, new category.
Insulting etymology.
A coarse medieval cloak became a derisive term for an ill-behaved child, and more recently, what name of a Charlie XCX album? Bria.
Petulant.
No, can you take it, Dante?
Miscreant.
Man, you guys, it's too much studying, right? It's rats. Okay. You still got control, Dante.
History buffs, please.
An ardent boxer, which U.S. president challenged opponents in a White House fight club during his 1901 to 09 tenure? Dante.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes, bonus team. Added to the National Wrestling Hall of Fame in 1992, which a 19th century president used his 6'4" height to his advantage during bouts in his youth.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, that's right. MVP of the 1934 Michigan Wolverines football team, who chose politics over sports and acceded to the presidency 40 years later.
Gerald Ford.
Yes, you got it. All the points there, category.
History buffs.
Skiing, soccer, tennis, and boxing helped which youngest ever president of France keep fit? Bria.
Pierre.
No, can you take it, Dante?
Macron.
Emmanuel Macron, yes, all right. A devoted yoga practitioner, which longtime Canadian Prime Minister felt staying after 2025 was too much of a stretch and resigned.
Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau for 10. Succeeded by his son in 2011, which North Korean Supreme Leader was reported to have rolled a 300 and hit 5 holes in 1 in his first tries at bowling and golf.
Kim Jong-il.
That's right, he was apparently very good. Category.
History buffs, please.
The first person known to have owned a pair of English football cleats, which renowned Tudor king also excelled at indoor tennis? Dante.
Henry VIII.
That's right. Both then in their 20s, Henry VIII is said to have wrestled what nation's Francis I at the 1520 Field of the Cloth of Gold gathering?
France.
Yes, for 10. Henry's late-in-life girth has been attributed to a 1536 re-injury of his leg while competing in what knightly contest?
Jousting.
Yes, that's right. That's also my excuse. Okay, so at the end of that round, Spelman, you're not on the board yet. Hampton, we're out in the lead with 170 points. We're back for round 2. We've put 2 new players in the face-off position for both teams. First, we have Jaron. Every time. We're going to do this every time. Jaron, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I am great. Now, I hear you plan to enter the sports business industry.
Yes, that's definitely on the table. I love sports.
Okay, it's on the table. What's that mean? You know, maybe it's not going to happen?
I'm thinking either sports, business, or film.
Oh, okay. Now, what would make you move one way or the other?
Whichever way the wind blows. Whatever's looking
You
best.
said, wherever the paycheck leads me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like that. I think you're in the right place to make some connections.
Yes, sir.
Now, buzzing in this round for Spelman, we have Maya. Maya, so you want to go to law school?
Yes.
Okay. Now, have you already made a plan? Do you know where you're going to go to law school?
Not quite yet, but we'll see.
Okay. You don't want to give us a preview of what's on the list?
I can't jinx myself.
Oh, okay. No jinxing. And I don't want to jinx you because you'll be selecting first in this round from one of these 4 categories. Jerry Meandering, National Women's Hall of Fame, Gotta See Geography, Toe the Line category.
National Women's Hall of Fame.
A 1995 Black Heritage Stamp honors which first Black woman to earn her pilot's license, though she had to earn it in France due to U.S. racism? Maya.
Coleman.
Bessie Coleman, yes. Here's your bonus team, 2 answers. Set in a pool hall, what classic poem by which National Women's Hall of Famer closes with the lines, "We jazz June, we die soon"?
We Real Cool, Gwendolyn Brooks.
You got it for all 20 category.
National Women's Hall of Fame.
Describing a police beating to a panel at 1964's DNC convention, which Mississippian said, "I am sick and tired of being sick and tired"? Jiren.
Fannie Lou Hamer.
Yes, here's the bonus team. Which First Lady's mastectomy and her struggle with addiction inspired her advocacy for breast cancer awareness and substance abuse treatment?
Nancy Reagan?
No, that's Betty Ford. Which founder of the Women's Tennis Association defeated Bobby Riggs in 1973's Battle of the Sexes?
Billie Jean King.
Yeah, you got 10 points. Category, Jiren.
Jerry Meandering.
Goff, Lieber, Rawlings. Which democratically elected Jerry was Ghana's longest-serving president? Maya.
Goff.
No, can you take it, Jiren?
Rawlings.
As in Jerry Rawlings, that's right. For 20, then 10 points, so listen to the first clue. Whose 2024 film Frosted followed years of his internet series Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Seinfeld.
You got it, all 20 points for Jerry Seinfeld. Category, Jerry.
Jerry Meandering.
Featured in recent Uber Eats NFL-themed commercials, which wide receiver Jerry won 3 Super Bowl titles with the 49ers? Maya.
Rice.
Yes, they're trying to sell you food. If he still owns them in 2029, which Jerry will celebrate his 40th year with the Dallas Cowboys?
Jones.
Yes, for 10. Bus, West, Stackhouse. Which Jerry's nickname, the logo, is a nod to his silhouette being part of the NBA's trademark?
West.
Yes, you got all 20 up to 60 category.
National Women's Hall of Fame.
An advocate for livestock and animal welfare, Temple Grandin is also a prolific speaker about what spectrum of neurodevelopmental disorders? Jiren.
Autism.
That's right. Here's the bonus team. Bella Abzug, Nellie Bly, Ida B. Wells. Which journalist feigned insanity to report on conditions in an asylum?
Nellie Bly?
Yes, for 10. As she served from 1997 till 2001, who was the first female U.S. Secretary of State in both the 20th and 21st centuries?
Madeleine Albright.
You got it. Up to 250. Time for a new category.
Jerry Meandering.
Butler, Garcia, Lewis. Which Jerry entered the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as the original lead singer of The Impressions? Maya.
Garcia.
No, can you take it, Jiren?
Lewis.
It's Jerry Butler, the one you guys didn't pick. All right, go again, Jiren.
Told the line.
A century after it was surveyed in the 1760s, what line along Pennsylvania's southern border divided the U.S. North and South? Maya.
Mason-Dixon line.
That's right, here's the bonus. What 2-word name denotes the line marking 0 degrees longitude?
Prime Meridian.
10 points. Across the world from the prime meridian, what 3-word term names the demarcation that literally separates one day from another?
Dateline. International Dateline. International Dateline.
Yes, that's right, all 20. Category.
Gotta see geography.
Oxidized iron colors the dramatically red waters of Blood Falls, flowing from Taylor Glacier on what southernmost continent? Maya.
Antarctica.
That's right again. Swirling sandstone bluffs at Vermilion Cliffs National Monument rise over 3,000 feet in what southwest state's Cocochino County?
Arizona.
Yes, that's right for 10. Underground deposits help maintain its salinity at 9 times that of the ocean, keeping swimmers afloat in what lake bordering Jordan?
Dead Sea.
Yes, you got all 20 there. Category.
Gotta see geography.
Conical formations called fairy chimneys dot Gorham National Park off the Ankara-Tarsus Highway in what country? Jiren.
Turkey.
Yes, that's right, and this will be the final bonus of the round. Tourists saw lava erupt some 600 feet in the air in Hawaii in 2024 as what most active volcano there roared back to life?
Mauna Kea?
No, it's Kilauea. Okay, part 2. Created by lava rapidly cooling, Giant's Causeway on the Northern Ireland coast features interlocking columns of what igneous rock?
Basalt?
That's correct for 10 points. So at the end of that round, Spelman, you've moved up to 120 points. Great job. Still in the lead, Hampton with 270.
I go. Yeah.
We're back for round 3. Both teams have put 2 new players in the face-off position. Buzzing in for Hampton, we have Camden. Hi, Camden.
Hello.
Now, I understand that you led an art event for children.
I did, yes.
Tell us about it.
So at my local art center, sometimes we have various events going on. So for one of them, it was an art exhibition, and I got to oversee that whole project. Kids came in ages 5 through 10, and They got to use various mediums, markers, crayons, paint brushes, and all sorts of other things to draw their own portraits and murals. And then they would come and show them to me after they were done. And it was always like super fun watching their faces light up when they would present their work and how proud they were of it. So it was a fun experience for me.
Okay. And now I have to ask you, was any of that art better than yours?
Definitely.
It happens. It happens. All right. Buzzing in this round for Spelman, we have Kaya. Hi, Kaya.
Hi, how are you?
I am great. Kaya, wow. Now, I understand you helped deliver a baby.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yes.
Okay,
sort
all
of.
right.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So I used to serve as a labor and delivery support volunteer.
Yes.
And one of the patients on my first day asked if I could be in the room while she delivered. Because usually sometimes they don't want us to be in there, but she asked me to be in there. And so I got to help hold her hand. I got to help hold her leg while she delivered. I almost passed out, but it was cool. It was a great experience. And I saw 4 births after that.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that is amazing.
Yes.
Now, I am not sure that I could do that. Probably the most dangerous thing I do is stand right behind this podium. Okay. So thank you very much for your work.
Yes.
All right. Let's see if we can deliver some points to your team. You'll be selecting first from one of these 4 categories: video game and movie mashup, biomedical research, literary ladies, 20th century artists category.
Literary ladies.
Which teen character's 2 heartthrobs are a vampire and a werewolf in Stephanie Meyer's Twilight series? Kaya.
Bella.
Yes, that's right. Here's the bonus team. Her last name is Hill, but what first name of that character did Alice Walker use to title her womanist novel about a 1960s college activist? Team?
Betty.
It's called Meridian.
Meridian, okay.
Bianca is the younger sister of the quarrelsome Katerina in what Shakespearean work?
The Tempest.
No, it's The Taming of the Shrew. All right, you still got control, Kaya. Category.
Literary ladies.
Computer hacker extraordinaire, who is the girl in the titles of Stieg Larsson's Millennium series, starting with the girl with the dragon tattoo? Kaya.
Daisy.
No, can you take it, Camden?
Sally.
No, her name is Lizbeth. Okay, you still got control of the board, Kaya. Category.
Literary ladies.
Condemned by Puritan neighbors, who intricately embroiders the scarlet letter she must wear in a Nathaniel Hawthorne classic? Camden.
Hester Prynne.
Yes, here we go. Got a question in this round. Tess is the titular pure woman mentioned in the subtitle of what Thomas Hardy novel?
Oh, Tom.
Team?
Tess of the D'Urbervilles?
Yes, that's right. Good. Whitney Foster befriends Jesse Tuck and his family, drinkers from an actual fountain of youth, in what Natalie Babbitt kids classic?
Talk Everlasting.
Yes, you got it. All right, time for a new category, Camden.
Video game and movie mashup.
Will Smith is Robert Neville, dodging mutants in New York City until he meets up with Link in Hyrule in what movie plus game before and after? Kaya.
Men in Black. Ops.
No, can you take it, Camden? No, too long, Camden, I'm sorry. It is I Am Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Time to pick again, Camden.
Video game and movie mashup.
The successor to EA's Knockout Kings boxing game has Robin Williams as Teddy Roosevelt coming back to life in what before and after? Kaya.
Night at the Museum.
No, I'm sorry. Can you take it, Camden?
Fight Night at the Museum.
Yes, that is it. The Ragnarok video game franchise melds with the Steven Spielberg Tom Cruise alien invasion movie for what combo?
Thor: God of War Ragnarok.
No, it's God of War of the Worlds. Okay. When B&A has the young warrior Aloy navigating her post-apocalyptic world as a simian Caesar establishes society 10 years after a virus.
Horizon Zero: Dawn of the Apes.
No, the official name of that movie is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So it's Horizon Zero Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. You were very close. All right, time to pick again, Camden.
Video game and movie mashup.
Chomping through mazes, an 80s video game character helps Denzel Washington save Dakota Fanning in what game movie mashup? Kaya. No, I'm sorry, Kaya. Can you take it, Camden? No, I'm sorry. That is Pac-Man on Fire. I wish you had more time. It's a great line in that movie. Okay. All right. Pick again, Camden.
20th century artist.
Maya Angelou's kids' book, Life Doesn't Frighten Me, features illustrations by which New Yorker famous for his graffiti? Kaya.
Basquiat?
Yes, here's the bonus, team. Jacob Lawrence was just 21 when he displayed a 41-work series about which revolutionary Haitian ruler?
Toussaint?
No, I'm sorry. I needed Louverture, but you didn't give it to me at the same time. Okay,
Correct.
Part 2. A fish swallows a tiger in dream caused by the flight of a bee around a pomegranate a second before awakening by which Spaniard?
Dali?
Yes, a mouthful there. Category.
20th century artist?
Which American abstract expressionist dripped and splattered paint onto huge canvases to create works like Number 32, 1950? Kaya.
Warhol?
No, can you take it, Camden?
Monet.
No, that dripper is Jackson Pollock. So, at the end of that round, Spelman, you're up to 150 points. Hampton, you are in the lead with 310, and now we'll be right back for the ultimate challenge. And now it's time to play the ultimate challenge. Teams, remember, in the ultimate challenge, you'll have 60 seconds to answer 10 rapid-fire questions. If you miss one or if you decide to pass, as long as there's time, we'll come back around. You have the opportunity to add 500 points to your score. And just to make things a little bit sweeter, if you sweep the ultimate challenge, you will earn an additional $500 grant for your university. Now, Spelman, you're trailing going into the ultimate challenge, so you will play first and select from one of these 4 categories. Undersea creatures, names and place names. Let's go Europe. Starts and ends with T.
We'd like starts and ends with T.
Very good. You'll need 4 correct answers to take the lead, but I bet you'll keep going. What word starting with T and ending in T is, good luck? A medical course of action.
Treatment.
Yes. One who preserves animal bodies.
Taxidermist.
Yes. A cord for stop.
Tourniquet.
Yes. The area crosswise to a church's nave.
Pass.
Pass. Proverbially, it's fair play.
Pass.
Pass. An impression made by your pollux.
Pass.
Pass. A 4-dimensional cube.
Tetrahedron?
No. An adjective for sharply perceptive.
Pass.
Pass. Creflo Dollar or TD Jakes? Creflo Dollar, pass. A deck of fortune-telling cards.
Tarot.
Yes. The area crosswise to a church's nave.
Pass.
Pass. Proverbially, it's fair play.
Pass.
No. An impression made by your pollux.
Pass.
Pass. A 4-dimensional cube.
Tetrahedron? Yeah.
No. All right, team. You did add 4 to your score, so you have taken the lead. But what you missed? The area crosswise to a church's nave, that's the transept. The sept? Right, all right. Fair play? Turnabout is fair play. That's right. An impression made by your pollux is your thumbprint. Okay. And that 4-dimensional cube, if you think about Marvel movies, it's a tesseract. Yes. An adjective for sharply perceptive, trenchant. And Creflo Dollar or TD Jakes, they're always on your TV, right? They are televangelists. There you go. So, with those additional 4, you are in the lead with 350 points. But we're not done yet, team. We have one more Ultimate Challenge round to play. You've got 3 categories to choose from. Which would you like?
Let's go Europe, please.
They'd like Let's Go Europe. All right, Hampton. You'll need 1 correct answer to win and advance to the finals. Given 1 or more of its cities, what's the European country? Good luck. Zaragoza.
Spain.
Yes. Louder. Malmo and
Sweden.
Yes. Silesia's capital, Katowice.
Poland.
Yes. Tourist destination.
Croatia.
Yes. Trieste and Modena.
Italy.
Yes. Black Sea cities, Burgos and Varna.
Bulgaria.
Correct. Limoges and Nantes.
France.
Yes. Aalborg and Aarhus.
Denmark.
That's right. On the Danube, Linz.
Austria.
Correct. Killarney and Cork.
Ireland.
That's right, and you swept the ultimate challenge. Congratulations, team. You earned an additional $500 for your university. And our final score at the end of the first semifinal, Spelman 350, Hampton 810. Congratulations. You're moving on to the finals. Spelman, thank you so much for joining us this season. You played great. All right, teams.
Congressman Jim Clyburn, and I'm honored to represent Benedict and South Carolina's 6th Congressional District in Congress. I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Benedict College for advancing to the finals of the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament. This is an extraordinary achievement and a testament to your hard work, discipline, and academic excellence. As you compete for the national title and a share of more than $500,000 in institutional grants, know that I and the whole state of South Carolina are proud of you. So remember, support one another. Take pride in how far you've come. And most of all, give it all you've got. We'll be watching. Congratulations and best of luck in the final competition.
Hey, this is Congressman Dale Strong. I wanted to take a moment and congratulate Oakwood University and Alabama A&M for the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge. You're to the finals. You're headed to California. I hope you make us proud. I live just a couple of miles from Oakwood University, and my wife is a graduate of Alabama A&M, and I know y'all are going to do phenomenal. Go show them what the South has to offer and bring that championship home. Congratulations again.
Hey y'all, it's Congresswoman Nikema Williams of Georgia's Fighting 5th Congressional District. I want to wish all of the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge participants from the Fighting 5th a successful tournament. Y'all, this is especially meaningful for me as an alum of Honda Campus All-Stars, and I am also in the Hall of Fame. So good luck to all of those students from Spelman, Clark Atlanta, and Morehouse that are participating in this moment. Honda Campus All-Stars continue to uplift HBCU excellence, and I could not be more proud to share this moment with you.
Welcome to the 2026 Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament. This is semifinal game number 2, featuring the varsity scholars of Fisk University. Caleb Outlar, Sinclair Strong, and Bryn Peterson. And now the varsity scholars of North Carolina Central. They are Alina Dockery, Z. Kowalczyk, and Ronnie Butts. And now, here's the lady with the questions, Ariana Benson.
Now, hello, everyone, and welcome to this second of 2 semifinal matches of our Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament. I'm here with the Bulldogs from Fisk University and the Eagles from North Carolina Central University. Good luck to both teams. Before we get started getting into the categories, we're going to hear a bit from some of the players. And I'm going to start with North Carolina Central. We have Z in the face-off position. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I've heard that you have a living person that you most admire. Can you tell us who that is and why?
The living person I most admire is Angela Davis. It's mostly because of her prolonged political and social activism. I appreciate that she is dedicated to her beliefs.
Yes, absolutely. Have you ever gotten a chance to meet her?
No, but it would be an honor.
Oh, okay. So maybe we'll put that out on socials, especially if you guys win. Thank you, Z. And for Fisk, we have Sinclair.
Hello.
Hello. I heard you traveled to Texas with a rocket team for NASA's National Eclipse Ballooning Project. Tell us a bit more about that. That sounds awesome.
Yes, at my home institution of Fisk, I am part of the Fisk Aerospace Technology team. So in 2023, we traveled all the way to Texas to gather some video footage of the eclipse. So we sent up an atmospheric balloon. It was a really awesome experience.
That's outstanding. Now, am I hearing first stop Texas, next stop the moon? Is astronaut?
That's what it's sounding like, yes.
All right, I'd love to see it, Sinclair. Thank you so much. And you all, Fisk, won the coin toss, so you will be selecting first from these 4 categories. Jesse Jackson, We Were There Too, Multilingual Music, and the Art of the Steal.
Art of Steal, correct?
Atlanta, Boston, Miami. The world's largest unsolved art heist is a 1990 theft from which city's Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum? Z.
Boston.
Yes, here's your bonus. 3 of the 13 pieces stolen from the Gardner were by which Dutch master whose The Night Watch is safely on display at the Rijksmuseum? Rembrandt. Yes, for 10. Also stolen from the Gardner, the concert, one of the 34 or so works by which artist whose Girl with a Pearl Earring hangs at The Hague? Vermeer. For all 20 points and control. Z. Art of the Steal. Just 30 by 21 inches, it was stolen under a coat in 1911. Later recovered, what Da Vinci work is now carefully guarded at the Louvre? Sinclair. The Mona Lisa? Yes, here's your bonus. Thousands of artifacts were looted from what country's national museum in 2003 as its Ba'athist regime fell to U.S. troops?
I don't know.
Okay. Answer team?
India?
No, that was Iraq. Let's try this next one. In 1993, admitting it knew the Karun treasure had been stolen, what huge museum on New York's 5th Avenue returned that collection to Turkey?
The Metropolitan Museum?
For that last bonus, yes, and control.
Multilingual?
Though Monaco's official language is French, Bad Bunny's song, Monaco, is in what related language? Z. Spanish. Yes, here's your bonus. In Ojos Así, Shakira sings in her native Spanish, as well as what language, a reflection of her Lebanese heritage? Arabic. Yes, for 10 more. Which pop performer sings in over a dozen languages, including her native Spanish and Catalan, on her 2025 album, Lux?
Aurora?
No, that was Rosalia, so you didn't get that last bonus, but you're in control, Z. Art of the Steal. Stolen in 2010, there's a $175,300 reward for help finding poppy flowers, an 1887 work by which Dutch painter of sunflowers? Sinclair.
Van Gogh?
Yes, Vincent van Gogh. England says the removal was okayed, but Greece says they were looted and wants what marbles returned? Sculptures from the Parthenon.
Athenian statue. Okay. Athenian statue?
No, that's the Elgin marbles. When Emory University learned it had been stolen, they returned the mummy of which Egyptian pharaoh, the first of 11 of his name?
King Tut?
No, that was King Ramses I. No points there, but you're still in control.
Music?
Its catchy tune and viral dance made 2012's Gangnam Style the first song in what language to hit #2 on the US Billboard charts? Sinclair.
Korean?
Op. The English version is popular globally, but ABBA also released Waterloo in what official language of their home country?
Sweden.
No, I needed Swedish as in the language. Sorry about that. Bossa Nova singer Astrud Gilberto is best known for singing The Girl from Ipanema, originally written in what language?
Portuguese.
Yes, for 10 points. Category.
Music?
Which African-American singer had hits in Jamaican patois and Hebrew with Deo and Hava Nagila? Sinclair.
Marley.
No, can you take it central? No answer there, that was Harry Belafonte. Wow. Try again, Sinclair.
We Were There?
On April 4th, 1968, Ralph David Abernathy was sharing room 306 with Martin Luther King Jr. at what Memphis hotel? Sinclair.
Lorraine?
Yes, the Lorraine for the lead. Australia's Peter Norman is the white athlete standing in solidarity with which 2 Americans giving the Black Power salute at the 1968 Olympics?
I say Owens, but it's like
Answer team?
Owens and Holmes.
No, that was John Carlos and Tommy Smith. Category.
There too?
Later wounded at the Battle of Trenton, Lieutenant James Monroe is seen in Emanuel Lewitz's painting of Washington crossing what river? Z.
The Delaware.
The Delaware is correct to tie it, and here are the last bonuses of the round. It was Edmund Hillary's first attempt, but which Sherpa mountaineer was on his 7th expedition to reach the top of Everest in 1953?
Norgay.
No, yes, Tenzing Norgay is correct. After Leon Trotsky was assassinated in Mexico, police held which artist for 2 days, while her former and future husband, Diego Rivera, fled? Carlo.
For all 20 points on that bonus to bring us to a score of 80 points for North Carolina Central, 60 for Fisk. It's very much anybody's game at the end of round one. And we're back for round two of the second semifinal match between Fisk and North Carolina Central. We've got two new players in the face-off position, so let's talk to them a bit. Hi, Ronnie.
Hi.
You're super locked in. I'm sorry to break your focus.
I'm sorry.
We've got to chat just a little bit
prepared.
here, get to know you. I've heard that you want to become a political reporter and that you moderated a very important debate last October. Tell us about it.
Yes, so very fortunately, I was able to moderate Durham's only mayoral debate in the mayoral campaign last October. Based on our search through newspaper article archives, it appears to be the first one in about 10 years. I was asked by one of my friends, Evan Bailey, who runs the Political Science Club, who's one of the main organizers. I actually shouldn't say asked. He told me, I want to do this mayoral debate you're moderating. And I said, okay, sounds great.
They kind of just told me to do this moderation too, so we share that.
Sometimes you get voluntold and it works out.
What kind of questions were you asking?
Well, one really big thing that Durhamites care about is development in the area. So we asked a lot about development. We asked about crime, education, just general ways how they can improve the city.
That's outstanding. Thank you so much, Ronnie.
Thank you.
Hi, Bryn.
Hello.
Hi, Bryn.
Hello.
How you doing?
Great, how are you?
Okay, I heard a couple things about you. The first is that you hosted a voting simulator for elementary school students. Tell us about that.
Yes, so through the Justice Propulsion Lab at Fisk University, also headed by our coach, Dr. James Pratt, we focus on three things, which is the ontology of violence in the South, culturally competent mediation, and the history of corporal punishment, also in the South, also in the South as well. And so one of our kind of volunteer missions is to really engage with the local community and teach kids about civic engagement and everything, especially as it comes to like national and elections and stuff. So we've done the simulations for the past 3 years at Hermitage Elementary and Napier in Nashville.
Also outstanding work. I love to see you all getting so politically active. Okay, the second thing I heard is that you created a lookbook for your team this year. We've got to talk about it.
Yes, I do. So I actually really love fashion. Kind of started when I used to watch Project Runway with my mom when I was a little girl. But I actually planned the outfits. I've had all the outfits that we're wearing planned since November. I take it seriously. There's this man, W.E. Lusain. He has merch for every HBCU in this room. So W.E. Lusain, LUSAIN.com. He has merch for all y'all schools. So he went to Fisk. And so his daughter was actually my orientation leader my freshman year too. So he went to Fisk. He designed the shirts that we're wearing and everything that we were wearing this week too.
That's outstanding. Now I was gonna ask if you got paid for that promo, but it sounds like that's a Bulldog connection. So that's outstanding, and yes. I love the stars in your hair.
Thank you.
All right, and Bryn, since you guys are down, but only by 20 points, you will be choosing first from 20th century HBCUs, Herb Your Enthusiasm, Mind the Gap, and It's All an Act. What'll it be?
20th century HBCUs, please.
In 2023, Oprah gave the commencement speech for her alma mater. What school founded in 1912 in Nashville? Bryn.
Tennessee State University.
Is correct. Here's your bonus. In 1946, a vote by the state legislature in Jackson led to the 1950 founding of what Delta Devils HBCU in Itta-Bena?
Mississippi Valley State University.
Yes for 10. 1 Drexel Drive is the address of what New Orleans HBCU, the first Catholic university founded by a saint?
Xavier University of Louisiana.
For all 20 points on the bonus and the lead, Bryn.
HBCUs, please.
All right. Founded in 1901 in Louisiana, what HBCU has named a museum and a stadium after its history-making coach, Eddie Robinson? Ronnie.
Southern?
No, can you take it, Bryn?
Grambling?
Yes, that is Grambling State University. Meharry Miles Morris. In 1908, which South Carolina HBCU was founded by the Baptist Educational and Missionary Convention?
Morris.
Yes, for 10.
Okay.
Founded in 1935 as a unit of Virginia Union University, what HBCU that fields the Spartans is not far from the Elizabeth River?
Virginia. Oh, sorry. Virginia State University.
No, that was Norfolk State University. Behold, the green and gold. Category brand.
HBCUs. Got too excited.
What HBCU with a hyphenated name began in 1904 as the Daytona Educational and Industrial Training School for Negro Girls? Ronnie.
Bethune-Cookman?
Yes, here's your bonus. A pioneering black educator born into slavery as Fannie Jackson is the namesake of what school? The second HBCU founded in Baltimore. Morgan State?
No, that was Coppin State. Let's try this one. Just outside of the East Texas town of Hawkins, you'll find what HBCU founded by the Disciples of Christ in 1912?
Oakwood?
No, that was Jarvis Christian. So no points on that bonus, but you're in control, Ronnie.
Herb.
Of the 4 green herbs commonly used to season Greek tzatziki sauce, which one names a type of crisp, crunchy pickle? Bryn.
Dill.
Dill is correct. Here's your bonus for 5 points apiece and a 5-point bonus for all 3.
Mint. Okay,
Which of the remaining 3 green herbs in tzatziki is also used to flavor a mojito or a julep?
Okay. No, it's 3. Okay. Okay, mint.
Mint is correct. Are you 21 to know that? Tzatziki also includes what pea herb and common garnish, and what tea herb, a key ingredient in the blend called herbe de Provence.
Thyme and parsley? Okay, parsley and thyme?
For all 20 points on that bonus. Category, Bryn.
Herb.
English is the most prized of the many varieties of what herb, with light purple flowers that lent their name to their characteristic color? Bryn.
Lavender?
Yes, here's your bonus. The seeds of the coriander plant are used as a spice, but the plant's leaves are what sea herb, typically topping Mexican salsa?
Cilantro.
Cilantro. Some people think it tastes like soap. A gumbo seasoning and thickener. Filet is the dried brown leaves of what tree whose roots originally flavored root beers?
Okay. Sassafras?
You're rolling, Bryn.
Good job.
Category.
Herb.
Anise, fennel, oregano, which is also known as a wild marjoram. And that's a breaker. Ronnie.
Fennel?
No. Can you take it, Bryn?
Oregano?
Yes, oregano. Here's your bonus. For 20, then 10 points first clue. A pot of what herb is central to A Tale from the Decameron and to the poem Isabella by John Keats?
English herbs.
Answer team?
Cardamom?
Cardamom? No, let's try it for 10. Without this herb, you've got a paste of olive oil, pine nuts, and Parmesan, but it's not pesto.
Basil?
The basil makes it pesto. Category.
Gap.
What cell division process used in most human cells has 2 gaps called G1 and G2 during interphase? Bryn.
Mitosis?
Yes, here's your bonus. In the brain, neurotransmitters carry signals across what tiny gaps between 2 neurons?
Synapses? Yes. Synapses?
Yes. What component of an electric circuit can store charge on 2 plates separated by an air gap? Answer team.
Capacitor.
Is a good guess, yes, for that last 10 points of the round. To bring us to a total of 220%, 90 for North Carolina Central. We move now to round 3. And now we're ready for round 3. But we've got some new players in the face-off position, so we'll talk to them. You've been very interesting so far. Hi, Caleb.
Hello there.
I've heard that you plan to go to grad school and apply to the astronaut program. Now, did y'all cook that up together? Are you going to be on the rocket together? What's the situation?
Oh, no. I've been a huge fan of space since I was young. It was actually my introduction to the sciences. I would stay watching the NASA channel growing up. It was
nice. Okay, follow-up question. Do you have a favorite planet?
Uranus.
I think I daren't ask why, Caleb. I think I'll end the interview there. Thank you so much. Hi, Alina.
Hi.
I've heard that you want to become an attorney specializing in child abuse and trafficking and juvenile justice. What prompted you towards that work?
I've been very involved with juvenile justice programs around where I live in North Carolina, and especially in the rural areas. And I just see there's a lot of overlap between like the kids who are in there doing juvenile crime and then also all of like the issues they have at home and things that can become like criminal matters. So I'm really passionate about like that intervention and making sure that people are held accountable for what they do.
And do you have a mentor or figure that introduced you to that work?
I spent a lot of time in the Alamance County Judge's office, so definitely Judge Larry Brown, who's actually an alum of NCCU School of Law. He was someone who mentored me, and he was very important to me.
That's outstanding. So we've got Eagles connecting, we've got Bulldogs connecting. This is the importance of HBCUs, people. Thank you so much. All right, and Alina, because you guys are down just a bit, you'll be choosing first from Science Friction, Color Me Surprised, Uncommon Yet Common, and Government 101.
Government 101, please.
What only crime defined in the Constitution includes giving enemies aid and comfort against the state per Article 3, Section 3? Alina.
Treason.
Yes, here's your bonus. Per the Appointments Clause, the President nominates officers with the A and C of the Senate.
What two words fill in those blanks?
Approval and confirmation. Approval and confirmation.
No, we were looking for advice and consent. Let's try this next one. What landmark 1803 Supreme Court decision established judicial review?
Marbury v. Madison. Marbury v. Madison.
For that last 10 points, yes. Category.
Government 101.
The U.S. mints coins in 4 locations, but paper currency is created in 2 locations. By what bureau? E and P. Caleb.
Elections of paper.
No, can you take it, Alina? No answer. That was the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Still with you, Alina.
Government 101, please.
25, 38, 41. Per Article 5 of the Constitution, how many states would it take today to ratify a new amendment? Alina?
38.
Yes, here's your bonus. For 20, then 10 points, first clue. In 1788, which New England state became the 9th and final state needed to ratify the Constitution? Answer team.
Connecticut.
No, let's try for 10. In the presidential election cycle, this state has long held the first primary.
New Hampshire.
Is a good guess, yes, for 10. Category, Alina.
Uncommon yet common.
Let's try it. Griffonage, tittle, vocable. Which of these unusual words refers to the dot above an I or J? Alina?
Tittle.
Tittle is correct. Here's your bonus. A graph, Brannock Nurdle. Named for its inventor, which is the device used to measure your feet in a shoe store?
Nurdle?
No, that's called a Brannock. Muntin, nibbling, zarf. Which of these unusual 3 words refers to the cardboard sleeve on your to-go coffee cup?
Muntin?
No, that's a zarf. No, very niche knowledge there. Alina, still you.
Uncommon yet common.
Glabella, lunule, petrichor. Which word designates the part of your face that's between your eyebrows? Alina.
Glabella.
Yes, here's your bonus. Aglet, woggle, vagitus. Which refers to the tip of your shoelace?
Aglet.
Yes, for 10 more. Lemniscate, obelus, taurus. Which is a sideways 8 that got its name in 1694, decades after it was first used as the infinity symbol.
Obelisk.
No, that was a lemniscate, but you're catching, Alina.
Color me surprised, please.
Because its long wavelength makes it visible from afar, which primary color is required for a boat's portside navigation lights? Alina?
Red.
Yes, here's your bonus. Vanta, an acronym for Vertically Aligned Nanotube Arrays, names a coating created in 2014, then the world's darkest shade of what color?
Black.
For 10 more. What bodily pigment determines if you have the world's most common eye color, brown, or one of the rarest, green?
Melanin.
A lot of that in this room, yes. Category.
Color me surprised, please.
Beryl, cinnabar, lapis lazuli. Which semi-precious rock was ground into powder to make the deep blue dye ultramarine? Alina.
Lapis lazuli.
Yes, here's your bonus. Requiring more than 12,000 seed snails to produce just 1 gram, the Tyrian shade of what color dye was once more valuable than gold?
Purple.
Royalty wears purple, yes. Which Ptolemaic queen, Egypt's last Hellenistic pharaoh, so loved Tyrian purple, she used it to decorate the sails of her boat?
Cleopatra.
Yes, for 10 more. Alina.
Color me surprised.
What tea color's namesake is a duck with distinctive blue-green markings on the head of its males? Alina.
Teal.
And you've taken the lead. Here's your bonus. Despite being nicknamed Black Box, flight data recorders are required to be painted what tertiary color in the RGB color model?
Orange.
Yes, for 10. This 6-letter word has long denoted a hue of hair, and its first 4 letters name a cultivated plant and a pale yellow straw color. Name either. Answer team?
Blonde.
No, that's flaxen or flaxen hair, yes. All right, you did some damage, Alina. We have a score of 235 for North Carolina Central, 220 for Fisk, as we head now into the ultimate challenge. Great game, guys. And we're back now with the ultimate challenge round. And as a reminder to teams and the audience, you have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions correctly, rapid fire style. And if you get all 10 correct, you will win an additional $500 grant for your institution from Honda. All right, we'll turn to you, Fisk, because you're down by 15, which means you need only 1 answer to take the lead. Each is worth 50 points, but you'll want to do some more damage than that, I'm sure. You'll choose first from the Buckeyes' best, multiple meanings, million people cities, and survey of European lit.
Multiple meanings, please.
All right. Given two of its definitions, what's the word? To refuse food or speedy.
Fast.
Yes. Concern or a lender's charge.
Pass.
Pass. Flutter eyelashes or a furry flyer.
Squirrel.
No.
Okay.
To add tahine or to mature.
Adolescent.
No.
Season.
Equitable or a state summer event.
Fair.
Yes.
Fair.
To leave suddenly or a length of cloth.
Dash.
No. An owner's word or where or is.
A mine.
Yes. A nail tech's go-to or a record.
Salon.
No. New or a paperback.
Book.
No.
Okay.
Work stoppage or a bowler's X.
Strike.
Yes.
Okay.
Concern or a lender's charge.
Pass.
Pass. Flutter eyelashes or
Bat.
a furry.
Bat.
Yes.
Did you have an idea?
To add
Season.
tahine. Yes. To leave suddenly or a length of cloth.
Rip.
No. A nail tech's go-to or a record.
Drill.
No. New. All right. 6 out of 10. Very nice job. 300 points to your score. Let's go over the ones you missed, audience. Concern or a lender's charge. Interest. To leave suddenly or a length of cloth. I've just said it. It's a bolt. A nail tech's go-to or a record. It's a file. And new or a paperback. Novel. It's a novel. But you've done a very nice job. Added 300 points to bring your total to 520 points. But we've still got one more team left to play, and now we turn to you. North Carolina Central, you're behind by 285 points, which means you will need 6 correct answers to win this game and advance to our final round of this national championship tournament. What will you choose?
Survey of European lit, please.
For each clue,
We can do it. We can do it.
identify the classic work of European literature. Machiavelli's
The Prince.
political, yes. Catherine and
Wuthering
Heathcliff,
Heights.
yes. Wolfe's essay on independence,
Pass.
pass. 1857 Baudelaire poetry collection,
Pass.
pass. Goethe's soul-selling drama,
Faust.
yes. Kurtz's Congo Journey,
Heart of Darkness.
yes. Set on Thomas More's Imaginary Island,
Pass.
pass. Dostoevsky's Story of Prince Mishkin,
Crime and Punishment.
no. Madeline Triggered Memories, Proust,
In Search of Lost Time.
yes. Set in Hrothgar's Heorot,
Pass.
pass. Wolfe's Essay on Independence,
Pass.
pass. 1857 Baudelaire poetry collection,
Pass.
set on Thomas More's Imaginary Island,
Pass.
Dostoevsky's Story of Prince Mishkin,
Karamazov?
no. Set in Hrothgar's Heorot,
Beowulf.
yes.
Take a look.
Wolfe's Essay on All right, so with a final score of 520 for Fisk, 535 North Carolina Central, you are moving on to our final round. Great match, both teams. Outstanding job.
Hello, I am Congresswoman Valerie Foushee, the federal representative for North Carolina's 4th Congressional District. It brings me great joy to congratulate all of our North Carolina schools that made it to the finals of the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament. North Carolina A&T University, Winston-Salem State University, Livingstone College, and North Carolina Central University, which is in my district. This is an incredible accomplishment, and I am proud to see you representing our nation's HBCUs, our district, and our state on the national level. Once again, congratulations, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Hi, it's Congresswoman Terry Sewell, and I want to congratulate all of the Alabama HBCU students who have secured their place as finalists in the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge. Special shout out to the students of Alabama State University, Alabama A&M University, Oakwood University, Tuskegee University, and Spelman College. Your presence here sends a powerful message that talent thrives where opportunity is nurtured, and that HBCUs continue to be engines of economic excellence. I look forward to seeing everything that you continue to achieve. Know that your Congresswoman is rooting for you every step of the way. Best of luck, and let's bring home a win for the great state of Alabama.
Congratulations, North Carolina A&T State University, North Carolina Central University, Winston-Salem State, and Livingstone College on making it to the final 32 of the annual Honda Campus All-Star Challenge. HBCUs have long been centers of academic excellence, and making it to the Honda Finals continues that proud tradition. Your presence representing North Carolina HBCUs on the national stage reflects the enduring strength and impact of your campus, your alumni, and HBCU education. Best of luck competing in California, and bring home the win for the great state of North Carolina. Most importantly, have fun.
Welcome to the 2026 Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament Championship Final Game Number 1, featuring the varsity scholars of Hampton University. And they are Dante Wyatt, Miles Cross, and Jaron Haynes. They are coached by Stella Nelms. And the North Carolina Central, Z Kowalczyk, Ronnie Butts, and Alina Dockery. And they are coached by Clayton Mack. And now, here's the man with the questions, Brandon Alonzo Alexander.
Welcome. We are here, and we are ready to make some history today in the 2026 Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament Finals. We are either going to have a brand new national champion with the Eagles of North Carolina Central, or we are going to have a repeat champion with the Pirates from Hampton University. Teams, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
Only they're ready. Hampton?
You gotta say too much.
No, okay. I said, look, you gotta, you know, we don't need all that vamping stuff. Get to the questions, guy. All right.
I agree.
So, we flipped a coin before the game began. We know who is going first. We've got two players in the face-off position. Dante will be buzzing in for Hampton, but selecting first, Ronnie, you'll be picking from one of these 4 categories. And so it begins. Taking stock. I lines. Now, that means that all the responses will begin with I. And ladies' locations. Category.
For that category, they will have some answers that do not begin with I.
Oh, that's right, because that is, thank you. They won't, some of them won't start with I. That's what I said. Okay. Ronnie, category.
Taking stock, please.
Alphabetically last on the Dow 30, what chain of hypermarkets founded in 1962 also owns Sam's Club? Ronnie.
Walmart.
Yes, here's your bonus team. The only company in the Dow 30 with a single letter used 3 times as its ticker symbol is what maker of adhesives and Post-it notes?
Scotch.
No, that's 3M. A portmanteau of the Latin for truth and the word for the junction of earth and sky names what only telecom in the Dow 30. Team?
Skynet.
From Veritas and Horizon, put it together and you get Verizon. That's right. Category, Ronnie.
Taking stock.
Of the 8 companies in the Dow 30 carrying their founder's name, which started in Seattle in 1916 and grew into a global defense contractor? Ronnie.
Northrop Grumman?
No, can you take it, Dante?
Lockheed Martin?
No, it's Boeing.
Oh.
All right. Just don't ride in the passenger planes. Okay, Ronnie.
Taking stock.
The world's first commercial first aid kit was offered in the late 1800s by what Dow 30 pharma company founded by brothers in the U.S.? Dante.
CVS?
No, can you take it, Ronnie?
Johnson & Johnson?
That's it. What Dow 30M drug and vaccine company, the world's oldest, is named for the German pharmacist who started it in the 1600s?
Moderna?
That's Merck. What A maker of Otezla and Prolia is building a $1 billion expansion to its plant in Holly Springs, North Carolina? Team?
Azalea.
Oh, it's Amgen, and your coach is going to get you. All right. Time for a new category, Ronnie.
And so it begins.
What ultimately joyous holiday classic by Charles Dickens starts with the bleak Marley was dead to begin with? Ronnie.
A Christmas Carol?
Yes, here's the bonus, team. I was surprised to see a white man walk into Joppy's bar. So begins what 1990 book that launched Easy Rawlins by which author?
Devil in a Blue Dress. Walter Mosley.
Judge?
We'll give them both. They gave it.
Yes, you got them both in time. Great job. Category.
And so it begins.
What novel's opening line did The Simpsons parody by having a sea captain say on the phone, "Call me Ishmael"? Roddy.
Moby Dick.
Yes, here's the bonus. 2 answers, team. Jonathan Harker's journal opens which author's 1897 classic about which nobleman with a hankering for hemoglobin?
Save them both. Bram Stoker, Dracula.
Yes, that's all 20 points. Great job. Category.
And so it begins.
This is my favorite book in all the world, though I have never read it. Begins what fantasy romance by William Goldman? Dante. Too long there. I'm sorry. Can you take it, Ronnie?
The Notebook.
It's The Princess Bride. Okay, you still got control, Ronnie. Time for a new category.
Ladies' locations.
What continent gets its name from a mythological princess, the mother of Crete's King Minos? Ronnie.
Europe.
That's right. Here's the bonus. Most scholars today agree that what goddess born from Zeus's forehead was actually named after her patron city?
Athena.
Yes, for 10 points. The Hindu goddess Kali may be the namesake of what capital of India's West Bengal state?
Delhi. Calcutta.
Yes, that's it, or Kolkata. All right, time for a category, Ronnie.
Ladies' locations.
George III's wife, Britain's longest-serving queen consort, lent her name to what most populous city of North Carolina? Ronnie.
Charlotte.
I knew you'd get that one. That's right. First called Anne Arundelstown. What U.S. state capital 430 miles northeast of Charlotte is named after the last Stuart Queen of England? Team?
Baltimore.
No, it's Annapolis. A Pacific archipelago in the world's deepest trench share what name in honor of an Austrian-born Spanish queen?
Mariana.
Yes, you got it. Category quickly.
Locations.
Queensland and what other Australian state are named for the monarch who sat on the throne when they were established? Ronnie.
Victoria.
Yes, and you swept this round. Now let's listen to the final bonus. For 20, then 10 points, first clue. Queen Victoria's 4th daughter is the namesake of which of Canada's provinces?
Scottsdale. Oh my goodness.
Team.
Alberta.
That's it. So at the end of round 1, Hampton, you're not on the board yet. North Carolina Central in the lead with 160 points. We're back for round 2 of this final matchup of the 2026 tournament. We've got 2 new players in the face-off position. Buzzing in for NCCU, we have Alina. How you doing, Alina?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, too. You guys had a great first round?
Yes.
All right, let's see if you can keep it going. Here in round 2, we've got a new player for Hampton, so I want to get to know you. This is Miles. Miles, now, I understand that you want to visit Africa. Are you a big travel guy?
Not really. I've only ever been outside the country once. That was a trip to France I took after my high school senior year. It was only about a week and a half. And that's one of the big reasons why I really want to go to other places, especially Africa.
I got you. Do you have like a top 10 list?
Of countries in Africa? Kind of, not necessarily. Not in any particular order. Probably Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt, see the pyramids, Sphinx.
Okay, you want the classics.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, I'll see if I can read you some classic questions here in round 2. How's that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll be selecting first from one of these 4 categories. The power of oratory, Eiffel's scientist, Disney's Animal Kingdom, figuring out flowers. Category, Miles.
Oratory.
Which Illinois state senator's keynote speech at the 2004 Democratic Convention brought him national prominence? Miles.
Obama.
Yes, Barack Obama. In his 1966 Black Power speech, which SNCC leader, later Kwame Ture, warned, "Move over or we're gonna move on over you."
Carmichael.
Stokely Carmichael for 10, which Texas congresswoman said she was evidence that the American dream need not forever be deferred in her 1976 keynote address.
Jordan.
Barbara Jordan, great job. You're up to 30 now.
Oratory.
Which U.S. president's Arsenal of Democracy speech pledged aid to the Allies in World War II? Elena.
FDR.
Yes, Franklin Roosevelt. Here's the bonus. Which U.S. president embraced West Berlin citizens saying, "Ich bin ein Berliner," in a speech before the wall dividing that city?
Kennedy.
Yes, as in John F. Kennedy. At the Berlin Wall, 24 years after Kennedy, which U.S. president proclaimed, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall"?
Ronald Reagan.
Yes, you got all 20 up to 190 category.
Disney the Animal Kingdom.
Samuel E. Wright couldn't do a Jamaican accent, so he used a Trinidadian one to voice what crustacean in The Little Mermaid? Elena.
Sebastian the Crab.
Yes, that's right, bonus. Which Winnie the Pooh character's tail is easily removed and must be reattached, much like in the game, Pin the Tail on the Donkey?
Eeyore.
Oh, bother. Yeah, that's it. The creators of Tangled wanted something quirky for Rapunzel's sidekick, so they made Pascal what kind of camouflaging reptile?
Chameleon.
Yes, you got it. All 20 points category.
Animal Kingdom.
Moana's companion Pua is what kind of animal believed to have been brought to Hawaii by Polynesians some 800 years ago? Elena.
Pig.
Yes, here's the bonus. 2 answers. In The Lion King, which character proclaims, "They call me Mr. Pig," though he's actually what close relative of a pig?
Pumbaa and Warthog.
Yes, you got it for all 20 category.
Animal Kingdom.
In The Princess and the Frog, the love-struck Ray thinks the evening star is what kind of bioluminescent insect? Elena.
Firefly.
You're on a little run here. Here's your bonus. In Zootopia, Department of Mammal Vehicles employee Flash is what kind of very slow South American animal?
Sloth.
Yes, that's right. Antonio Madrigal's Encanto friends include Chispy. What South American animal the world's largest rodent?
Capybara.
That's a big old rat. Okay, new category, Elena.
Flowers.
The world's dominant producer of dahlias is what country where dahlias are commonly used in Oaxacan cuisine? Miles.
Mexico.
Yes, bonus. What flowery national symbol of Austria is celebrated in song by the Von Trapp family in The Sound of Music?
Edelweiss.
Yes, for 10. A symbol of nobility in China and Japan, what flower names Japan's highest order and the emperor's throne?
Chrysanthemum.
You got it for all 20 category.
Oratory.
In 324 BC, which Macedonian told failed mutineers that if they didn't want treasure or glory, you may depart wherever you wish? Elena.
Alexander the Great.
Yes, bonus. In an October 1872 speech, which leader of the Native American Nez Perce people announced, "I will fight no more forever"?
That's what I forgot. Say it. Crazy Horse.
It was Chief Joseph. Here's part 2. Adrian VI, Clement VII, Urban II. Against the infidels was the 1095 sermon by which pope launching the Crusades?
Urban II.
You got it for 10 points up to 300 category.
Flowers.
Speculators in 1600s Holland drove prices so high, handfuls of bulbs of what flower were reportedly used as currency to buy homes? Miles.
Tulip.
I might go and see if I can do that now. For 20, then 10 points. Listen to the first clue. Because it absorbs heavy metals so well, what flower, the Helianthus annuus, was used in Chernobyl cleanup?
Sunflower.
You got all 20. Great job, category.
Flower.
Flowers. What yellow-flowered plant, whose name is from the French for lion's tooth, is considered an invasive weed? Elena.
Dandelion.
That's right, and this will be the final bonus of the round. 2 answers, team.
Saffron.
Iran produces some 90% of the world's supply of what priciest spice by weight, needing up to 150 flowers of what kind to make just 1 gram?
Yeah. Saffron. Crocus.
You got it for all 20 points, team. And at the end of round 2, you got 90 points. North Carolina Central still in the lead with 330. We're back for round 3. We've put 2 new players in the face-off position. We've got Jaron for Hampton. We have Chazia here for North Carolina Central. You'll both be fighting it out here in round 3. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. Jaron, see, every time. You'll be selected from one of these 4 categories. Test me on Tar Heels. Why, you ask? Economic luminaries. I was going to finish that.
Test me on Tar Heels, please.
Test me on Tar Heels. Let's do it. After 3 years at UNC, which 23-year-old quarterback recently led the New England Patriots to their first Super Bowl in 7 years. Jaron. Drake May. Here's your bonus. Wake Forest Demon Deacons earned their first men's b-ball #1 ranking with the help of which Winston-Salem native CP3?
Chris Paul.
Yes, for 10. A Fayetteville-born Morehouse grad, which Oscar nominee for 2022's Causeway played Paperboy on Atlanta?
Brian Tyree Henry.
That's right. Got all 20 category.
Test me on Tar Heels.
Of the 2 U.S. presidents definitely born in North Carolina, which one is seated to the office on April 15th, 1865? That's Jadzia.
Andrew Johnson.
Yes, here's the bonus. Born on a farm in what is now Pineville, who was sworn in as president 20 years before Johnson in 1845.
Polk.
James K. Polk, right. Born in 1767 in the Waxhaw region, which U.S. president said he was born in what is now South Carolina, but might be from North Carolina?
Grant, maybe?
Grant.
No, it was Andrew Jackson, and they can keep him. It's okay. All right, go ahead, Jadzia.
Why you ask?
What first book in Maya Angelou's 7-book series of memoirs has a title that includes why? Jadzia.
I know why the caged bird sings.
Yes, bonus. Because you break them, I had to take them away, scolds Taylor Swift in What Why song from our 2017 Reputation album.
Why we broke up?
This is why we can't have nice things. Hannah Baker names a baker's dozen of events that led her to take her own life in what Jay Asher novel adapted as a Netflix series.
13 Reasons Why.
You got 10 points there, up to 370 category.
Why?
At a fictional Lewis Carroll tea party, which chapeau-wearing guest confounds Alice with the bizarre riddle, why is a raven like a writing desk? Jadzia.
The Mad Hatter.
Yes, got it. 2 answers, team. What 2 books of the Synoptic Gospels contain the pleading question, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?
Matthew and John.
You got Matthew for 5. Mark is the other. Part 2. Oh, thank you. Tony Bombara, Tayari Jones, Beverly Tatum, whose bestseller, Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria, explores racial identity?
Tayari Jones.
No, that one's Beverly Tatum. So no points on the second part. All right, Z, you've got control of the board category.
Why?
Among the catchphrases of what longest-running cartoon dad in TV history is, why you little... Z.
Homer Simpson.
Yes, here's the bonus. Inspiring kids to create their best lives, Why Not is the foundation launched by which NBA record holder for career triple-doubles?
Will Chamberlain.
Russell Westbrook. All right, a former Seahawk and a princess of Crunk empower teens with their Why Not You Foundation. Name both halves of this married couple.
Russell Wilson and Sierra.
You got it for 10 points there. Time for a category, Z.
I was going to finish that.
Construction stopped on Siena, Italy's cathedral in 1348 after 2/3 of the city perished due to what pandemic? Jaron.
The bubonic plague?
Yes, here's the bonus. A local firm, Baek Doosan Architects, designed the never-opened 105-story Ryugyong Hotel that dominates the skyline of what North Korean capital? 10 points. With her father-in-law dead and her husband bedridden, Emily Roebling oversaw the final construction on what bridge over the East River?
Brooklyn Bridge?
Yes, you got 10 more category.
Economic luminaries.
My 1948 Economics and Introductory Analysis became the definitive text for decades. Which first U.S. Economics Nobel laureate am I? Z.
Smith.
No, can you take it, Jaron?
Johnson.
That's Paul Samuelson. All right, category.
I was going to finish that.
Grant Wood, Gilbert Stewart, Edward Hopper, whose unfinished portrait of George Washington is seen on the U.S. $1 bill. Z.
Stewart.
Yes, Gilbert Stewart. And this will be the final bonus of the round. Intentionally unfinished, Alice Neal's James Hunter Black Draftee depicts a young man just after he learns he's been selected to serve in what war?
The Vietnam War.
Yes, that's it. When he died in 1944, which Dutch artist was working on Broadway Boogie Woogie, a canvas covered in red, blue, and yellow squares? Team?
No.
Pete Montreal. All right, so no points there at the end. And at the end of round 3, Hampton, you got 150 points. North Carolina Central, we're in the lead with 425. We will be right back with the ultimate challenge. Ultimate challenge. Remember, teams, 500 points up for grabs, 60 seconds, 10 rapid-fire questions, and if you sweep the board, an additional $500 grant for your institution. Hampton, you're trailing by 275 points here, so you will select first from one of these 4 categories. Good night, stately literature, knowing the 1990s, rhyme time, actors.
No, in the 1990s.
All right, you'll need 6 correct answers to take the lead to identify these people, events, places, etc. in the news between 1990 and 1999. Good luck. This company released PlayStation.
Sony.
Yes. This IBM computer checkmated Kasparov.
Pass.
Pass. It became Canada's 3rd territory. No. Miguel Indurain won this race 5 times.
Daytona 500.
No. This treaty created the EU.
Pass.
Pass. Firm begun by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Yes. Nation that saw Mount Pinatubo erupt.
Japan?
No. He created Linux OS. No. Matt Groening's 2nd TV series.
Futurama.
That's right. The Soviet Union's only president.
Yeltsin.
Yes. This IBM computer checkmated Kasparov.
Blue 9?
No. It became Canada's 3rd territory.
Northern.
No. Miguel Indurain won this race 5 times.
IndyCar.
No. This treaty created the EU.
Brussels.
No. Nation that saw Mount Pinatubo erupt.
Philippines?
Yes. He created Linux OS.
MacBook.
No. This IBM computer check. All right, team. Great job. Let's take a look at the ones you missed. That IBM computer is deep blue. Canada's 3rd territory, Nunavut.
Oh, Nunavut.
Miguel Indurain, you're thinking wrong kind of race. The Tour de France. He's a cyclist. The treaty that created the EU is the Maastricht Treaty. And Linux OS was created by Linus Torvalds. Okay. Now, we know with those 250 points that was not enough to take the lead, team. So we know that North Carolina Central has won game 1. But we want to give you the opportunity to get that $500 institutional grant for your school. Now, you've got 3 categories to choose from. Which would you like?
State literature, please.
What U.S. state is the main setting of these plays, books, and stories? Good luck. Vikram Seth's The Golden Gate.
California.
Yes. Sister Carrie and the Jungle.
New York.
No. Swamplandia and the Nickel Boys.
Florida.
Yes. The Salt Eaters and Deliverance.
Pass.
Pass. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Florida.
No. Arthur Miller's The Crucible.
Massachusetts.
Yes. A Time to Kill and the Sound and the Fury.
California.
No. The Bridges of Madison County.
New York.
No. Gone Girl and Tom Sawyer.
Pass. Mississippi.
No. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Pass.
Pass. Sister Carrie and the Jungle.
Pass.
Pass. The Salt Eaters and Deliverance.
Kentucky.
No. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Mississippi.
No. A Time to Kill and the Sound and the Fury.
Pass.
Pass. The Bridges of Madison County.
Texas.
No. Gone Girl and Tom Sawyer.
Mississippi.
No. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
New York.
Yes. Sister Carrie and the Jungle.
Pass.
No. The Salt Eaters and Deliverance.
Texas.
No. That's all right, team. We're going to quickly take a look at those ones you missed. Sister Carrie and the Jungle, that's Illinois. The Salt Eaters and Deliverance, that's Georgia. To Kill a Mockingbird is set in Alabama. A Time to Kill and the Sound of the Fury, you are all around it, Mississippi. Bridges of Madison County, right in the heartland, that's Iowa. Gone Girl and Tom Sawyer, think about Mississippi River, that's Missouri. So, our final score at the end of game 1, Hampton 400, North Carolina Central. You have taken it with 625 points. We'll be right back to game 2.
Second in our best of 3 series for the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament. We've just seen that North Carolina Central took the first game, but Hampton, you do have a chance to come back and even the score, and this game will decide that. North Carolina Central, you won the coin toss, and we've got Ronnie and Jaron in the face-off positions for both teams. So Ronnie, you'll be choosing first from these categories. Welcome. The world of dance, brothers and sisters, and legal locations.
Welcome, please.
If you can learn to say Huang Yin Guang Yin, you can say welcome to the 1.1 billion speakers of what language? Jaron?
Mandarin.
Yes, here's your bonus. For 20, then 10 points. First clue. What Polynesian language uses velina for welcome, but welcoming a guest to your home is e como mai?
Hawaiian?
Yes, for all 20 points. Jaren, category.
Brothers and sisters.
Phi Beta Sigma's more than 225,000 members initiated since 1914 include which honorary brother, the actor who starred as TV's Lucius Lyon? Ronnie.
Jamie Foxx.
No, can you take it, Jaren?
Howard.
Terrence Howard, yes, here's your bonus. Pledging at Howard's Alpha chapter, which Sigma was the first ever African-American Rhodes Scholar?
No. DeMille?
No, that's Elaine Locke. In 2026, aboard Artemis 2, which Sigma from Cal Poly became the first black astronaut to journey around the moon?
Glover?
Yes, Victor Glover. Category, Jaren.
Brothers and sisters.
With over 1,000 chapters worldwide, Delta Sigma Theta includes which honorary member, key advisor to the Little Rock Nine? Jaren.
Johnson.
No, can you take it, Ronnie? No, that was Daisy Bates. Jaren, we're still with you.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters. Which comedian and Beta Nu chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi currently stars in TV's The Neighborhood? Ronnie.
Cedric the Entertainer?
Yes, here's your bonus. BET TV was founded by which Beta chapter Kappa brother, who later integrated the NBA's ownership with his stake in the Charlotte Bobcats?
That's all. So with that.
Answer, team?
Jordan?
No, that was Robert Johnson. Which Kappa pledge was the longest serving black member of the U.S. Congress, representing Michigan for more than 50 years? Answer, team.
Johnson.
No, that was John Conyers. No points on that bonus, but you're back in control, Ronnie.
Welcome.
Arriving at Ponta Delgada Airport, vacationers to the Azores may hear bem-vindo or bem-vinda. That's welcome in what European tongue? Ronnie.
Portuguese?
Yes, here's your bonus. When meeting someone from Lviv or Odessa, a formal welcome is Laskavo Porosimo. In what Slavic language? Answer, teams?
Check.
No, Lviv and Odessa are in Ukraine. It was Ukrainian. The Lakota version of what Native American language group says Tanyayahi for welcome? Answer, Sioux is correct for that last 10 points. Category.
Welcome.
Let's finish it. Ongiatori is the phrase for welcome in what isolated language of northern Spain? Jaren.
Catalan?
No, can you take it, Ronnie? No answer, that was Basque. Basque. Ronnie, new category.
World of Dance?
In the late 1800s, what dramatic tea partners dance was born in the port cities of Montevideo and Buenos Aires? Jaren.
Tango?
Yes, here's your bonus. Two answers for 5 points apiece and a 5-point bonus for all three. For his 2026 Super Bowl show, Bad Bunny performed what type of Latin American dance with which singer of Die With a Smile?
Salsa? Lady Gaga.
Yes. Before a match, New Zealand's rugby team chants and snarls at their opponent as part of what traditional Maori dance?
Haka.
Have you ever seen them do it in sports? It's pretty great. Category, Jaren.
The World of Dance.
As you might expect, Poland is the birthplace of the Polonaise. What similarly named dance in 2/4 time is actually from nearby Czechia? Ronnie.
Polandy.
No, can you take it, Jaren?
Waltz.
You were getting there. It's the polka. Category, Jaren.
World of Dance.
High kicks are key to what repetitively named French dance popularized in 1840s music halls? Ronnie.
Catacan.
No, Jaren? It's just the can.
Hold on.
Do the can. Yeah.
Pretty.
All right. After round one, we have a score of 30 points for North Carolina Central, 80 points for Hampton. So anyone game as we drove into round two. I didn't. And we're back with round two of this game two in our best of three championship round between Hampton and North Carolina Central. We've met both the players in the face-off position, Dante for Hampton and Z for North Carolina Central. Z, you guys are down, so you will be choosing first from early Black communities, species named for people, modern monarchs, and Europe's train stations.
Species.
In 2019, a newfound lichen was named for which TV icon, philanthropist, and CEO of Harpo Productions? Dante.
Oprah Winfrey.
Yes, here's your bonus. 3 insects and 2 arachnids are named for which Latin American revolutionary whose iconic image in a beret is from a 1960 photo?
Che Guevara.
Yes. Nobel Peace Laureate Rigoberto Menchú has lent her Mayan surname to a beetle and a bat, native to what Central American homeland of hers?
Guatemala.
Yes, all 20 points. Category, Dante.
Early Black communities.
The land of a black village in Manhattan was seized in 1857 to make way for what Frederick Law Olmsted project spanning 843 acres. Z.
Central Park.
Yes, here's your bonus. What's the two-word term for the government's legal seizure of private land for public use?
Eminent domain.
Yes, for 10. Seneca, Livy, Philo. That black village shared its name with which Roman thinker whose On Slavery inspired abolitionists?
Seneca.
Yes, for all 20 points. Category.
Species.
2 worms, 2 crustaceans, and a spider are named for which reggae star whose notable children include Julian, Damien, and Ziggy? Dante.
Bob Marley.
Yes, here's your bonus. If you know Greek and Latin, you'll know that the Nata Gratis honors what iconic counterculture band with lead guitarist Jerry Garcia?
Grateful Dead.
Yes, for 10.
Oh.
Trilobite genus Stusia includes 4 species named the Lennoni, Starri, Harrisoni, and McCartneyi, honoring which quartet?
The Beatles.
It is the Beatles. Category, Dante.
Species name for people.
Species name for Etmopteris benchlei, the only species name for novelist Peter Benchley, is appropriately a species of what type of fish? Dante?
Clownfish?
No. Can you take it, Z?
Lionfish.
No, we were looking for a ninja lantern shark, or just the shark would have done. Dante,
shark.
still you.
All right, then. Europe's train stations, please.
Just outside Termini Station, you can see part of the ancient Servian wall and easily walk to Trevi Fountain in what capital city? Z.
Rome.
Yes, here's your bonus. For 5 points apiece and a 5-point bonus for all 3, Britain's Great Western Railway ends at what station, namesake of a beloved bear?
Paddington.
Paddington Bear. He's so cute. 2 answers. In the Harry Potter books, young wizards catch the train at what platform? At what London station?
Yeah, say that.
Answer team.
9 3/4.
Yes, for 5 points, and we needed the station, which was London's King's Cross. Category Z.
Train.
With more than 700,000 passengers a day, Europe's busiest train station is the Gare du Nord. In what national capital? Z.
Paris.
Yes, here's your bonus. Europe's second busiest station by daily passengers is in what second most populous city of Germany?
Smart.
Answer team? On. Do you like burgers? It's Hamburg. Hamburg. Also in Germany, Europe's third busiest station is in what city on the Main River? Answer team? Bonn? No, that was Frankfurt. No points on that bonus, but you are catching up, Z.
Train.
What capital city's central station was designed by Pierre Kuipers, who also designed the nearby Rijksmuseum? Dante.
Amsterdam.
You're in there. Here's your bonus. Disembark at the central station in what South Holland city if you're taking the train to the International Criminal Court?
Hague?
Yes, The Hague.
Oh, the Hague side.
The world's largest bike parking station is on the east side of what Netherlands' youth city's train station?
Utrecht?
Yes, for all 20 points. Category.
Modern monarchs.
Canada got a new monarch in September 2022. Which British royal is it? Dante.
King Charles III.
Yes. Here's your bonus. If you're being introduced to Letzi III, you're meeting the king of what southernmost of Africa's landlocked countries?
I'm gonna go with Lesotho.
Yes, Letzi is good. I have a clue there. Norway's current king shares what H name with past Norwegian kings known by Hardrada, Fair Hair, and Bluetooth?
Harold?
Yes, King Harold V. All right, and that brings us to a total of 200 points for Hampton, 90 points for North Carolina Central. Don't know what he's seeing now. Dreamers down through. And now we're here with round 3, the last of our face-off and bonus round for this match between Hampton and North Carolina Central. We've got 2 new players in the face-off position, Camden for Hampton and Alina for North Carolina Central. Alina, you will be choosing first from Asking About Andy, Imaginary Places, Before and After Singing Books, and Women in Science.
Imaginary Places, please.
In a Mark Twain tale, Hank Morgan is the Connecticut Yankee who travels to what fictional locale, home of King Arthur's court? Alina.
Camelot.
Yes, here's your bonus. 2 answers for 10 points apiece. Which most famous resident of what J.M. Barrie created island refused to grow up and thus became a metaphor for enduring childhood?
Peter Pan, Neverland.
You got it all. Category, Alina.
Imaginary Places.
Though Castle Rock names actual cities in several states, who created the fictional Castle Rock for his Cujo and the Dead Zone? Alina.
Stephen King.
Yes, here's your bonus. Prospero's Castle was a place of refuge from a plague in The Mask of the Red Death by which U.S. author? Answer team?
Hawthorne.
If I had said The Raven, you would have said Edgar Allan Poe. 16 years after Thomas More wrote Utopia, which French writer made Utopia the birthplace of Pantagruel?
Rabelais.
Yes, for 10 points. Category?
Imaginary places.
On the north shore of New York's Long Island, what summer camp is featured in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series? Camden.
Camp Half-Blood.
Yes, here's your bonus. In the year 632 AF, the world state confines its savages on a New Mexico reservation in what classic by Aldous Huxley?
Brave New World.
For 10 more. Southwest of Sumatra, what fictional isle's capital is surrounded by a wall 5.5 feet tall or 12 times the height of its residents?
Lilliput.
Yes, for 10 points. Category, Camden.
Before and after.
In what before and after song and book title does Will Smith's Agent J rap about defending the universe to Anna Sewell's Dark Horse? Alina.
Men in Black Beauty.
Yes, here's your bonus. Rihanna and T.I. are steady chasing that paper on a life raft with Richard Parker, the tiger, in what songbook titled B&A?
What?
Answer team?
Chasing That Rich Life of Pi.
It's Live Your Life of Pi. Let's try this one. Tupac don't know why Phileas Fogg's girl keeps painting while he's circumnavigating the globe in what B&A songbook title?
All Around the World in 80 Days.
I Get Around the World in 80 Days. You're getting there. Alina.
Women in Science, please.
Which AKA star from West Virginia State was awarded a Presidential Medal of Freedom for her calculations critical to NASA space flights? Alina.
Katherine Johnson.
Yes, here's your bonus. 2 top awards in computing are named for which British woman who advanced Charles Babbage's work?
Ada Lovelace.
For 10 more. U.S. astronomer Vera Rubin is the namesake of an observatory in what South American nation with the most Pacific coastline?
Chile.
Yes, all 20 points. Alina.
Science, please.
The environmental youth program Roots and Shoots is an arm of the institute named for which premier primatologist and expert on chimpanzees? Camden.
Jane Goodall.
Yes, here's your bonus. For 20, then 10 points, first clue. Which biologist championed caring for the oceans in bestsellers like 1951's The Sea Around Us?
Moore.
No, let's try it for 10. Her 1962 Silent Spring inspired the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency.
Carson.
Rachel Carson, yes. Category.
Before and after.
Coolio walked through the Valley of the Shadow of Death to read a John Milton epic poem about the fall of man in what before and after? Camden.
Gangsta's Paradise Springs.
No, can you take it, Elena?
Gangsta's Paradise Lost.
Paradise Lost, yes. Here's your bonus. NBA YoungBoy feels like he's Gucci meeting Jane Austen's Dashwood sisters in what B&A? Answer team?
Young Pride.
No, that's Make No Sense and Sensibility.
It's song in my head.
In what B&A does Destiny's Child say is really yes, yes, yes to Cormac McCarthy's Cartel Deal Gone Wrong novel? Answer team? No answer. That's no. Country for Old Men. All right, and that brings us to the end of round 3. He's the score of 1 hit for North Carolina Central, 2 hits for Burnett. Pretty tight game as we head to the ultimate challenge. And now we're ready for the ultimate challenge. You guys know the rule. 60 seconds, 10 questions. If you get all 10 correct, you win a $500 institutional grant from Honda for your school. North Carolina Central, you are down by 60 points, which means you need 2 correct answers to take the lead. But obviously, you're going to want to keep rolling after that. What will you choose from these 4? Yes, Yiddish. Asking the artist. Famously follicle-free. And the fate of Ophelia.
Asking the artist.
Asking the artist. Given their initials and a famous painting, what's the artist's surname? KW, President Brooks. Yes. No.
Oh, really?
ED, Liberty Leading the People.
Delacroix?
Yes. PP, Guernica.
Picasso.
Yes. EV,
Barnes.
yes. HOT, The Piano Lessons. Yes. AW, Christina's World.
Williams.
No.
Us.
SD, The
Don
Pacific. Yes. JVE, the Arnold Field portrait. Pass. Pass. Botticelli, yes. TG, the blue boy. Gaines? No. AW, Christina's World. Wills. No. JVE, the Arnolfini portrait. Pass. TG, the blue boy. Green. No. AW, Christina's World. Walter. No. JVE, the Arnolfini portrait. Edgar. No. TG. Okay, let's go over the ones you missed. AW, Christina's World. That's Andrew Wyatt. JVE, the Arnolfini portrait. That's Jan van Eyck. And TG, the blue boy. That's Thomas Gainsborough. All right, but you've done very well to add 350 points to your score to bring you up to a total. Okay, so now, Hampton University, we will turn to you. You will choose, you need 6 correct answers to win this game and force a tie-breaking game 3. What will you choose?
The fate of Ophelia, please.
Identify these Shakespeare characters by how they met their demise. Stabbing yourself with Romeo's. Yes. Killed fighting. Yes. Killed by Richmond at Bosworth Field.
Henry III.
Yes.
No, that's Richard.
No.
Reagan.
Yes. Bitten by an asp.
Cleopatra.
Yes. Of grief, holding her daughter. No. Yes. In the wilderness outside of Athens. Yes. Drinks poison wine meant for Hamlet.
Claudius.
Yes. Dies after dueling with Tybalt.
Mercutio.
Yes. Stabbed on the eyes of
Julius Caesar.
Yes. Killed by Richmond at Bosworth Field.
Richard III.
Richard III is correct. All 10 in the top $100 agreement. And that means with a final score of 540 for North Carolina Central, 750 for Hampton, we will be going to a deciding Game 3 in this national championship tournament.
These hands make doors, so these hands can open them. These hands connect every piece, so these hands can connect every moment. These hands help keep things safe, so these hands can help protect what matters. For 65 years, Honda has been hands-on in America, increasing our manufacturing power, investing in our workforce, and keeping our country moving forward. We are Honda, built for American life by American hands.
We are back for a decisive Game 3 of the 2026 Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Championship Tournament. Hampton, you played well. North Carolina Central, you've played well. But now one of you has to take home that $100,000 prize. Y'all have really messed me up here. I went to the back, I took my shoes off, I undid my tie a little. I had to get myself back together. And so here we are again. All right, you all ready to play? Very good. Now we flipped a coin. We know that Hampton will be selecting first. We'll be going up against Ronnie, buzzing in for North Carolina Central. Dante, you'll be selecting from one of these 4 categories. Essential education, archaeology, landmark religious structures, named for Italian cities, category.
Landmark religious structures, please.
Located atop Montmartre, tourists gather at the Basilica de Sacré-Cœur for its unmatched views of what European city? Dante.
Paris.
Yes, bonus. Said to mark the site where Muhammad ascended to heaven, what octagonal building in Jerusalem has a gold-plated roof?
Dome of the Rock.
10 points. The Dome of the Rock is a short walk from what structure sacred to Jews that's called the Barak Wall in Islam?
Wailing Wall?
Yes, or the Western Wall. You got it, up to 30 category.
Landmark religious structures, please.
Visit 419 South 6th Street in Philadelphia to see what A&E structure, the oldest church property continuously owned by African Americans. Dante.
Mother Bethel AME Church?
That's right, bonus. The Temple of Heaven was built 600 years ago during the reign of the Yongle Emperor in what Asian capital city?
Beijing?
10. For 1,000 years, ancient Greeks would consult the oracle at the Temple of Apollo in what city?
Delphi.
You got it, up to 60 category.
Landmark religious structures.
North America's largest Gothic cathedral is what seat of the Archbishop of New York, theoretically snake-free? Dante.
St. Patrick's Cathedral.
That's right. For 20 then 10, listen to the first clue. Bramante and Michelangelo were two of the lead architects for what basilica whose altar canopy is by Bernini?
St. Peter's Basilica.
You got it for all 20 swept it category.
Name for Italian cities, please.
An Italian city lends its name to what type of firework? Candles, and also to a type of numerals. Dante.
Rome.
No.
No. Can you take it, Ronnie?
Roman?
Yes. Here's the bonus. What common lunch meat is named for the capital of Italy's Emilia-Romagna region?
Bologna.
Yes. What five-letter city in Emilia-Romagna is the namesake of a dry-cured ham and a very hard cheese? Team.
3.
It's Parma. As in Parmesan. All right. Now, Ronnie, go ahead.
Education?
Introduced as part of LBJ's Great Society, what program has educated over 40 million preschoolers since 1965? Ronnie.
Great education.
No, can you take it, Dante?
Head Start?
Yes, here's the bonus. In 1873, St. Louis's large German population helped it become home to the first publicly funded preschool of what type with a German name?
Kindergarten.
10 points. Named for the female Italian physician who developed it, what M method stresses self-directed learning and real-world skills for young children?
Montessori.
Correct. Up to 120 category.
Name for Italian cities, please.
What type of window blinds with horizontal slats shares its name with the Las Vegas resort, both named for an Italian island city? Dante.
Venetian.
Yes, that's right. Here's the bonus for 20, then 10. Listen to the first clue. What five-syllable term can refer to a type of large mastiff, an F major chord in the key of E minor, or a style of thin crust pizza?
Neapolitan?
All 20 points. Great job. Category.
Name for Italian cities.
Though more common in the Americas, what type of large hairy spider gets its name from a port city in the boot of Italy? Ronnie.
Tarantula?
Yes, bonus. What purplish shade of red was named for a town in northern Italy after an 1859 battle?
Magenta?
Yes. What adjective on a menu refers to a dish made with spinach?
Say it. Florentine.
You got all 20. Category.
Education.
Minnesota was the first state to allow what kind of publicly funded school that's independent of the local district? Ronnie.
Charter school?
Yes, bonus. What four words name the 2002 act that strengthened the use of standardized testing in public schools?
No child left behind.
10 more. What five words are represented in STEAM, educational shorthand for 5 interconnected fields?
Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
You got it for another 10.
Education.
Category.
Education.
What 19th century reconstruction agency purchased the land and constructed several buildings for the newly created Howard University? Ronnie.
Land grant.
No, can you take it, Dante?
Freedmen's Bureau.
Yes, and this will be the final bonus of the round, team. A Freedmen's Bureau-funded normal school founded in Baltimore in 1865 is now what HBCU?
Morgan State University?
No, it's Bowie State. Since 2010, 45 states have adopted what CC curriculum standards for language, arts, and math for grades K through 12.
Yeah, Common Core.
You got it for 10 points there. And at the end of round one, both teams who got an excellent first round. North Carolina Central, you're up to 80 points. Hampton in the lead with 170. We're back for round two. The teams have put new players in the face-off position. We'll have Jaron buzzing in for Hampton, and we'll have Z buzzing in for North Carolina Central. Z, you'll pick first from one of these 4 categories. Shares 2 letters. Oft translated titles. Off the Eaton path. Let's go east.
East.
East. Only 7 U.S. cities have 1.5 million people within their actual city limits. What city on the East River is the easternmost of those 7? Jaron.
Atlantic City?
No, can you take it, Z?
St. Louis?
No, it was New York City. All right. Category, Z.
East.
Which easternmost of North America's Great Lakes shares its name with a Canadian province? Z.
Ontario.
Yes, bonus. Canada's easternmost what province with a 3-word name borders Quebec?
Prince Edward's Island?
No, it's Newfoundland and Labrador. Located on Newfoundland, what easternmost provincial capital has a name ending in an apostrophe S? Team?
Queensland.
St. John's. All right. You've still got control, Z. Category.
East.
What European country's easternmost and northernmost points are both in Svalbard, where the Arctic Ocean meets the Atlantic? Z.
Norway?
Yes, here's your bonus, team. Pete's Chavalach, Romanche for Horse Mountain, is the easternmost point in what European nation?
Romania?
No, that's Switzerland. What nation's easternmost point is where the Lauter River meets the Rhine, about 35 miles northeast of Strasbourg?
Germany?
No, that's tricky, right? It's France. Okay, you've still got control. Time for a new category, Z.
Eaton.
Off the eaten path. Instead of whole eggs, only yolks are mixed with oil and vinegar to make Japan's Kewpie brand of what spreadable sandwich condiment? Jiren.
Mayonnaise?
Yes, here's your bonus, team. To Cajuns, the noir type is a blood sausage, and the blanc type includes rice, onion, and pork or alligator. What is this bee sausage? Udon? You got it for 10. Adapted from a Native American dish, Cajun mock shoes' key ingredients are bell peppers, onion, and what cereal grain?
Corn?
It is for all 20 points category.
Off the eaten path.
A tropical edible with kiwi-like flesh, the pitaya is known by what name due to its red, scaly appearance suggesting a legendary reptile? Z.
Dragon fruit.
Correct. Aki, daikon, yuzu. Which citrus fruit is commonly used to make ponzu sauce and other Japanese dressings?
Yuzu.
10 points. Baozi, fugu, udon. If not properly prepared, which Japanese pufferfish dish can be toxic or even lethal?
Fugu.
Yes, you got all 20 category.
Off the eaten path.
A traditional Indonesian food with East Asian origins, tempeh is made by fermenting what bean? Jiren.
Lima beans?
No, can you take it? Z.
Soybeans.
Yes, here's the bonus. Made from taro, what pea staple from Polynesia can be eaten fresh or after it's been fermented?
Poi.
Correct for 10. Tastes like Australia is the catchphrase for what V spread that's made of brewer's yeast and assorted spices?
Vegemite.
They're weird down there. All right. Category Z.
Oft translated.
What multi-generational tale of the Buendia family in Macondo was originally published in Spanish as Cien Años de Soledad? Jiren.
100 Years of Solitude?
Yes, bonus team. For 20 then 10, listen to the first clue. Alonso Quijano is the title nobleman in what much translated 1605 classic?
Don Quixote.
Yes, all 20 points. Category, Jiren.
Shares 2 letters.
Web addresses in Canada end with the domain .ca. That's the postal abbreviation for what U.S. state? Jiren.
California.
That's right. 2 answers, team. The state of Georgia shares its abbreviation with the symbol of what metal and with the top-level domain of what Cameroon neighbor?
Galleon and Gabon.
Yes, all 20. Category.
Shares 2 letters.
Barium shares its symbol with the top-level domain of what Balkan nation south of Croatia? Jiren. No answer there. Can you take it, Z?
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yes, that's it. Here's the bonus, 5 points apiece. Gitega is the capital of what nation whose top-level domain is the same as bismuth's chemical symbol?
Belarus.
Team.
Belarus.
Burundi. 2 answers now. Albania shares its top-level domain with the symbol of what common light metal and with the abbreviation of what U.S. state?
That's a good one. Say it.
Team.
Alaska and aluminum.
You did get aluminum. Alabama, of course, is AL. Okay, and at the end of that round, teams both performing well. North Carolina Central, you're up to 175 points. Hampton, you're in the lead with 260. We're back for round 3 of this final game of the 2026 Honda Campus All-Star Challenge Tournament. We've put 2 new players in the face-off position. Guys, I'm getting so warm out here. They were like, we gotta clean you up. Are you guys fired up? Yeah. All right, good. Buzzing in here in round 3, we've got Miles for Hampton, and we'll have Elena for North Carolina Central. Elena, you'll be selecting from one of these 4 categories. Uniquely, wearing your parents' jeans. Set in Africa. Lesser-known literature. Category.
Lesser-known literature, please.
Written for teens, Fear Street is a lesser-known series by R.L. Stine, author of what hair-raising G-series for kids? Elena.
Goosebumps.
Yes, here's the bonus team. Foster's Home, Hollow City, House of Furies. Which is the sequel to Ransom Riggs' Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children?
It's House of Furies?
No, it's Hollow City. Gathering Blue, Hatchet, The Yearling, which is Lois Lowry's sequel to her best-known work, The Giver.
The Yearling.
No, it's Gathering Blue. No points there, but you've got control still. Category.
Lesser-known literature.
California, Ohio, Maine. Like Cannery Row, John Steinbeck's lesser-known The Long Valley is set in which state? Elena.
California.
Yes, here's the bonus. Mother Night and Harrison Bergeron are by which American who survived the bombing of Dresden by hiding in a slaughterhouse?
Kurt Vonnegut.
10 points. Mississippi is the setting for The Friendship, by which author whose Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry is much better known?
Johnson.
It's Mildred Taylor. So, got some points there. You can pick again, Elena.
Literature.
Shadow of the Hegemon and Xenocide are by which author better known for Ender's Game? Elena.
Orson Scott Card.
Yes, and here's the bonus. An antagonist in an earlier book on Lydia is a protagonist in which author's most recent work set in Gilead, The Testaments.
Atwood.
Yes, it's going to be a show. What Atwood novel with a palindromic name is the last book in her Oryx and Crake trilogy?
I don't think that.
Team?
It's
Mad Adam. Ah, that's a good one. Ray Scar, yes. Well-known author. Okay, you've got control, Elena. Category.
Wearing your parents' jeans, please.
Which 19th century Austrian friar and founder of modern genetics established many of the rules of heredity? Elena.
Gregor Mendel.
Correct again. Either parent can pass on a BRCA mutation, increasing the risk of the development of what cancer detected by a mammogram?
Breast cancer.
Yes, for 10. Dust, light, water, also called photic sneezing. A CHU syndrome is an inherited reflex triggered by exposure to what?
Light.
Yes, you got it. You're up to 255. Category, Elena.
Jeans.
Mom or dad may be to blame if the females of what insects from the family Culicidae find your blood especially tasty? Elena.
Mosquitoes.
Yes, and you've taken the lead. Mosquitoes prefer people with what most common blood type, the universal donor, when it's Rh negative?
Oh.
Yes. Sometimes blood type changes after an organ transplant, a condition named for what mythical beast that's part lion, goat, and dragon?
Chimerism.
Yes, that's right. You got all 20 points. Category.
Parents' genes.
We inherit nuclear DNA from both parents, but mom typically passes on what form found in a cellular organelle? Miles.
Mitochondrial.
Yes, here's the bonus. Svante Pääbo won a Nobel for his work sequencing the genome of what extinct human species using mitochondrial DNA?
Neanderthals?
Yes. Gregor Mendel showed that inheritance can be represented by what squares, later named for the British geneticist who devised them?
Punnett.
Yes, you got it again. Category.
Uniquely.
His 2018 Academy Award for Deer Basketball made which longtime Laker the only Oscar-winning Olympic gold medalist? Elena.
Bryant.
Yes, here's the bonus. The giraffe and the okapi are the closest living relatives of what only North American antelope?
Deer.
No, it's the pronghorn. Part 2. That they almost always give birth to quadruplets is just one unique feature of the long-nosed genus of what little armored ones?
Pangolins.
No, it was armadillo, but you do have the lead in a category.
Uniquely.
What Pacific Coast state's flag is double-sided, with the state seal on one side and a beaver on the other? Elena.
Oregon.
Yes, bonus. What letter of our alphabet is unique and not appearing in the name of any U.S. state, though you'll find it twice in this question?
Q.
Yes. What U.S. state has 2 unique claims? It's triply landlocked, and it has the only state capital named for a president who died in office.
Nebraska.
That's right. And at the end of round 3, a very close game. Hampton, you've got 290 points. North Carolina Central, you're in the lead with 325. And now, it's time to play maybe our most important for this year, Ultimate Challenge. 60 seconds, teams, 500 points up for grabs, 10 rapid-fire questions. Hampton, you are trailing going into this by one measly Ultimate Challenge, 35 points, right? So you'll select first from one of these 4 categories. Majority Muslim, yes chef, known from New York, in office in 2000. Category.
Majority Muslim, please.
All right.
Side 90. No, gotcha.
Audience.
I think I asked them. I asked them.
Of the world's 25 nations with the highest percentage of followers of Islam, which, good luck, uniquely begins with Y. Yes. Shares its name
Jordan.
with, yes. Saw the Soviets invade.
Afghanistan.
Correct. Has its capital at
Mauritania.
Yes. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Pass.
Pass. Is mainland Africa's east.
Somalia.
Correct. Is closest to Sicily.
Tunisia.
That's right. Is also home to Zoroastrianism.
Iran.
Yes. Saw Lollywood develop in Lahore.
Pakistan.
That's right. Was led by Muammar Gaddafi.
Algeria.
Yes. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Egypt.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Algeria.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island. No. Has a mosque on Gori.
Comoros.
No. Has a
Seychelles.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Nigeria.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Madagascar.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Indonesia.
No.
Sudan.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Djibouti.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Eritrea.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Indonesia.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island.
Malaysia.
No. Has a mosque on Gori Island. Great job, team. You were all around it. It's Senegal. All the way on the other side. Exactly right. All right, that's the one you missed. Okay. You have added 450 points to your score, and you have taken the lead 740 to 325. But we're not done yet. We've got one more ultimate challenge left to play. North Carolina Central, you will need 9 correct answers to take home your first national championship. You've got 3 categories to choose from. Which would you like?
Yes, chef.
All right, audience. Given its first letter and a clue, what's the item, dish, or process used by a professional chef? Good luck. G, yes. M, egg whites? Yes. P, low-tip cooking in liquid?
Pass.
Pass. C, meat simmered in its own fat? Yes. F, a boneless piece of wood? Yes. R, browned flour? Yes. J, cut into match? Correct. C, clarified soup from stock? That's right. S, quick high temp? That's it. P, allowing dough to rise? You got it. T, cooking is liquid? No tip cooking in liquid. Shush. There's one more question. Low temp cooking in liquid. No, low temp cooking in liquid.
In the bag.
Low temp cooking in liquid. That's it! Congratulations! You got the ultimate challenge! And North Carolina, you are the 2026 Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Champion! Congratulations, Hampton University! You played so well. We were so glad to have you here. Take it home, North Carolina Central.
Okay, on behalf of Honda, I really want to congratulate you on quite the championship, your first. Thank you, North Carolina Central. Thank you very much.
Good.